Doki doki ooh woo. All my heart's for you, my wonderful fiance, Shamus. Hello, friends. Welcome on in. How are you? Happy Sunday. We're here. We're ready to paint our nails. I am so out of practice with this. I used to do this every Sunday for those who are newer here and don't remember my early streaming days. This used to be every Sunday, but like 2 hours later than it is now. And then I got out of the habit, and now I've got to get back into the habit, and it's a hard habit to get back into, let me tell you what. Only because my brain is like off on a thousand different adventures, and you know, that is what it is. Seamus, congrats on being the official first. We do not have an official second or third yet. They will come. They will come. Happy Pride, everybody. It's the official start of Pride Month. Dova, hello. You're the official second. How are you, my favorite dragon? Happy Pride. Happy Pride. We are kicking Pride Month off with a Pride nail art look. I'm going to show you guys up here real fast, and then I'll show you on the nail cam, but like, look at these. Okay, I was testing. This is going to be our basis. Are they not freaking gorgeous? It's got a metallic top coat to it, or magnetic. And I'm in friggin' love. Nivex, congrats on being the official third. Welcome in. So we're gonna kick the month off with Pride nail art, and I am excited. These are usually my favorite nail art looks of the year, or some of. I don't know, I just get so creative with rainbows, I guess. That's not the green, Seamus. That's not the green. There's a different green. Seamus did actually get first. Seamus did. The world's best
Rukia, hi!
Hello, Rukia.
I'm sorry if you can hear things through my mic. I'm trying to not allow that, but you know, I cannot wear headphones and paint my nails at the same time, so sacrifices must be made. Sacrifices must be made. Oh my goodness, welcome in, welcome in. How are you guys? Is everybody having a good Sunday so far? I hope so. I hope that you are. I am happy to be mostly on time because I didn't want to take a shower. I was feeling extremely lazy today, and I was like, fuck, I've got to get motivated. Nobody has motivation on Sundays, but I will also say I've been having one of those weeks where I just cannot keep up with what day it is. And I have been thinking, like yesterday, I kept thinking it was Sunday and that I was missing my stream. And now today I keep thinking it's Monday, and I'm like, oh my God, it's not Monday because you're not going to work. Your client isn't until tomorrow when it's actually Monday. I'm having one of those moments where time is just fucked, basically. Not a soul. No souls. So, you know, I'm glad to be on time because I could have just as easily forgotten that it was Sunday, and that would have been bad. It would have been so bad. Now, I'm going to warn you guys before we go over to the next screen. Stream Elements is doing something really weird with the monthly goal. We do not have 42 subs already for the month of June. Like, June literally just started 14 hours ago. We do not have 42 subs. For whatever reason, Stream Elements has not reset for the new calendar month. And so it's counting last month's subs. Please ignore the sub goal as we come on over here into my beautiful nail art space with my scuffed looking nails because I still haven't cleaned them up. I had to skip something with getting everything together and ready to go for stream, and the thing I skipped was making sure my nails were ready to go. So we're going to work on that together. We're going to push back our cuticles. We are going to file them and get them like all ready to go. I know, Rukia, look at this. Look at these
look at these nail beds. Oh, they're bad. They need so much love. They need TLC. But before we do that, I have to show you guys the new polishes that I got because, of course, I have new polishes. So the first one is the new Holo Taco collection. It is called Pixel Perfect. So it is a chunky glitter collection with 7 polishes that have, have square glitters in them to make them look pixelated. Step by step to everyone. Yeah, that's true. It is a step by step to everyone. So the first one is called Control Cutie, CTRL. They all have, I'm actually going to bring it up closer for you guys. They all have like computer style names. They are holographic glitters. It is this like light pink. It's very pretty. It is very, very pretty. I do not know why Droid Cam is suffering so. Right? A chunky glitter. I don't typically wear glitters because I struggle to paint with them, but I do love them. This one's called Bite My Peach, BYTE. It's kind of like an orangey, chunky, holographic glitter. All of these are chunky glitters. Let me just say that. They're all chunky glitters. This one is called Coin Toss. It's nice and yellow. We don't quite get a full rainbow out of this, but we come pretty damn close. I do have a rainbow collection set, though, to show you guys. Then we have 8-Bit Blues. This one's one of my favorites. I love this, like, rich blue color that's kind of electric. Like, electric blue is such a vibe. I feel like the electric blues and the electric greens are so understated. Like, they just don't get enough love. This one is Glitch and Glam. And of course, you know, I love my purples. Obviously. This one actually almost matches my branding purple. Like, look at that. It's pretty damn close. It's pretty damn close. She's gorgeous. They're all gorgeous. Let me rephrase that. They're all gorgeous, but she especially. Then we have Bonus Life, which we all need in video games, I swear. Right, Rukia? And then this one. This is like a true turquoisey green. Chef's Kiss. Yeah. Yeah. Oh God, Holo Taco makes me so happy. And finally, in the Pixel Perfect collection, we have Lo-Fi Lavender, which is so light and packed with so many glitters that to me it almost looks blue. Almost, but not quite. She's also stunning. So that's the new Holo Taco collection. Now, the collection Seamus is referencing for the green that's going on his toes is this next one. And the irony of it is not lost on me. It is the Fruits collection from Cupcake Polish. And it is a rainbow. And it was released just before Pride Month, okay? The irony is not lost on me. I quite appreciate it, actually. So the first polish in this collection is Strawberry Salsa. And these are marketed as like a chrome metallic finish. And they really do end up being a chrome metallic finish. They are stunning. They dry down a little bit darker than what you see in the bottle. So even though this looks like a pale red, it actually turns into quite the nice bright red. Our orange is called Mango Mambo. They all also have dance names. And it is absolutely delicious. This might become one of my new favorite orange polishes. Honestly, this may become one of my new favorite collections. We will be playing with these polishes for one of our Pride looks, 100%. In the yellow category, we have Pineapple Polka. And I know this kind of looks green on screen, but I promise you, it dries down a brilliant, beautiful yellow. Like, it's just bright and sunny, and it's your quintessential perfect yellow polish. We have in the green category, Lime Limbo. This is what Seamus wants on his toes when we go for our pedicure on Wednesday. It is absolutely delectable. I just, so good. So good. For our blue, we have Blueberry Boogie. And it is kind of like an electric blue, again. And I love my electric colors. Which is why RIP Full Charge from Holo Taco. You will forever be missed. Best lime green, electric green, linear holographic polish ever. Gone. Gone because they didn't sell enough of it. And for our purple, we have Grape Groove. So yeah, these are just... I love the finish on them. I love the saturation of the colors. I love the color harmony. They're just so pretty. And I can say from doing my swatching in my book, because I have a whole book of swatches, they cover perfectly in like 2 coats. Gotta love an electric blue. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I did have a chair wheel that was kind of in the wrong position. Oops. Just move this over a little bit. That'll make that easier. All right, we've got to clean these bad boys up. We got to clean these poor nails up. They looking fierce with the struggle bus. I am going to start by pushing back my cuticles. I just took a shower, so my cuticles are still soft, so I'm not gonna stress that at all. That you love from Golden Rose, and it got... Oh, no! Right, Rukia? It's like, why my favorite? Why my favorite? Yeah. And then you gotta go out and try to find a dupe. And finding dupes is such a pain in the ass. I wonder if I should just zoom you guys in a little bit more. That might not be a bad idea. Hold on. Hold, please. That'll do. And if I need to zoom you guys back out, I'll zoom you guys back out. And no, it's never really the same thing. You can come close, but you can never come perfect. I keep hoping, since I'm in the royalty tier for Holo Taco, that they'll have a survey on which polish should we bring back for a little while and we can get full charge back. I keep hoping. Because that would be nice. I'm not the best at pushing my cuticles back, but basically I just try to make sure there's no resistance under the cuticle push. Like it's not tripping up on anything. I do it entirely by the sensation of touch. Because sometimes I can't see the little bits that are stuck to my nails. And I know that it's critical for a long-lasting manicure to get your cuticle off of your nail bed so that it doesn't create lift. Which is why we push them back. Push them back, trim off what you can. Happy Pride Month, crazy guy. Welcome in. Thank you, Rukia. Yeah, fingers crossed. I just, Full Charge was gorgeous. I miss her. My one bottle. And this is the other thing, like, I wouldn't miss her as bad if I had noticed the announcement soon enough. Ma'am, hi! I'm doing good. How about you? If I had noticed the email about her retiring fast enough and I could have secured myself, like, a spare bottle or two. But I was not fast enough. Like, the email came at 11 in the morning, and I believe that was a day that I had a tattoo. So I think I was at my tattoo appointment by 10:30 in the morning, and it was, like, I finished the tattoo appointment around 12:30-ish. And by that time, she had already sold out, and I was like, fuck. 100K, let's go, crazy guy. That's exciting. I had a feeling it was channel points. Because I definitely haven't streamed 100,000 times. I don't even think I've streamed 1,000 times. Considering there's only 365 days in a year. And I've only been streaming, this is my 4th year now. Like, I could maximum have gotten a little over 1,000 if I streamed every single day. Which I definitely have not. You feel awesome today? That's fantastic. So no fevers and stuff. I'm so happy for you, because that's a rough way to live with fevers. Now I'm going to do the naughty thing that you're technically not supposed to do. I've got little like cuticle trimmers, and I like to put them together and see if I can lift anything that has to be trimmed. Because I do get like little calluses of dry skin. So I try to get rid of it before it becomes the stuff that I want to pick at, and then that's the issue when you start picking. Like this corner here, you can kind of see. I caught a hangnail on something before I started the trimming process, and I was picking a little, and I finally was like, no, get your cuticle trimmers out and take care of it. Because it's not good. Have I accidentally nipped my skin with these? Yes, I have. Yes, I absolutely have. I think the worst part is I'm gonna do all this, and I'm gonna like get some oil on and whatnot, and I'm still gonna end up tomorrow with the cuticle edge drying out and then starting to do like its own peeling thing that I have to then come back in and do this all over again to just trim out the stuff that doesn't need to be there. Because that's my life. I have always been very self-conscious of my nails. Spoon nails, dude. Yeah, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with painting your nails. I think nail polish is for everybody. I'm glad that it makes you feel pretty. And there's nothing wrong with spoon nails either. So the reason why you're technically not supposed to use these is because you can cause micro cuts in the skin, and it harbors, like, that's a place for bacteria to harbor and whatnot. So they really advise against doing this. And, you know, like I said, I have literally cut my skin before, like, into healthy tissue, not just dead, dry skin that I'm trying to take off. So it's not the safest thing. I'm pretty sure in the state of New York, too, even though most nail techs will use these, they're not legally supposed to. It's something that's reserved for, like, podiatrists. Keep your hands relatively clean. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And just because people advise against it doesn't mean you can't. I'm just giving you the lowdown. Get that fucker out of there. My thumbnails are usually the worst because my thumbnails come in really thick, like thicker than any of my other nails, and we just have a little bit of a struggle bus trying to clean everything up. Yes, I am still in screen for you. And you may be surprised that I said we're filing my nails down because they're too long, but for massage, your nails have to be kept really short And these are actually too long to do massage. At least the style of massage that I do. If I was just doing your basic Swedish relaxation massage day in and day out, I could get away with these nails. But I am not. I am doing deep tissue and shiatsu and shit, in addition to your basic Swedish massage. God, this is so much harder too with your friggin' non-dominant hand. Like, I can see all of that. All of that white right there is this dry, dead skin that just doesn't want to lift. Can I get it with the scrapey edge? Yeah, like I can flatten it back out. If Ophelia were here, she might cry. Let's see what I am doing. Ophelia is a licensed nail tech. I think Rukia is too, but Rukia is not in the States. So obviously the rules in the States differ from the rules elsewhere. And I've seen Rukia's nail art, and it is stunning. Rukia is very talented. If Rukia did live in the States as a nail tech, Rukia would be loaded. That's how talented she is. Because people who can do nail art in the States get paid the buco dollars. The buco dollars. Okay. Gets me started there. You're exploited as hell. That sucks. That sucks, Rukia. Yeah, no. Here in the States, it's very hard to find a very good nail artist that does literal nail art. So when you find somebody of your skill level, people will pay like $100 a session or more to just sit in your chair and have you do their nails. Easily. Easily. And then they'll tip you on top of it. This is a glass nail file, by the way. Carrie, hello. How are you? Welcome in. Remember how I said my thumbs are really thick? I have to hit them at an angle like this to make them not super sharp. 20 euros a set? Rukia, I don't know anywhere in the United States, at least where I am, that I can go and have an entire manicure done for $20. I think the base starting price for just cleaning up your cuticles and everything, because it's part of the manicure, and getting a solid color of basic nail polish, like not gel or anything, not A and C, is $40 here. You are absolutely getting exploited. Holy fuck, girl. Love you some glass? Hell yes, ma'am. Ooh, you're taking a break from book sorting, Carrie? Nice. No, that doesn't cover the cost of material. Holy shit. How is that even a sustainable business? That's it, Rukia. Time for you to move to the States so you can actually make what you're worth.
I'm pretty sure the euro is still in use. Getting things to fit is a puzzle. Oh, jeez, Carrie. That's a lot of books. That is a lot of books. Don't worry about the nail dust, by the way, you guys. I have a solution for it. And the finger clippings. And it's called a sticky roll. Cast off the metric system and measure in eagles. Oh my god, Seamus. It's from prayers and hopes. That's your guess. Alright, now I can use my dominant hand, and this will be so much easier. I just find it hard to talk while I'm filing because I don't like the sensation of filing. But it's a necessary evil for my career. This is how I test to see if I've got it short enough. I press it into my arm and I look like I've got a little bit of a mark, but it's not major, and I didn't feel my fingernail. But I'm lazy. Yeah. Yup. I went through a huge phase of that, and now what I'm trying to do is, like, this month there's going to be a lot of nail art because I love doing pride looks. But I'm trying to intersperse with just, like, basic bitch nails. I'm just going to do a color. Maybe I'll do several. I'll do a Skittle Manny, but nothing fancy. So I just get back in the habit of doing my nails and not worrying about how fancy they are. Because just like everything, you can burn out on it. Which is why these people on Instagram that change their nails like twice a day, I'm like, ma'am, sir, person, excuse me. What? I need to wear my nail art for at least a week. Or it is not worth the effort. Your bookshelves, though, by the way, Carrie, they look phenomenal. I am so jealous of that built-in. May have gone a little too short on this nail. Oops. The good thing is I don't really use my ring or pinky fingers during massage. Which may sound weird, but I have poor nerve innervation to those fingers. Like, it's a little bit disrupted. So I can't get the same pressure from them, so I just kind of forget they exist while I'm doing other people's massages.
Okay. They're cleaned up. I will probably still find things to get off of them, but they are, for the most part, cleaned up. It's like a lint roller. I'm going to pick up the majority of it with the lint roller. Or like all of it. Nail dust, nail trimmings. All cleaned up. They're full? They're full, Carrie? Excuse me? Okay, next step, nail oil. To help things out. So this is from Holo Taco, and I really like this method. It's a nail oil pen. It's refillable. And their nail oil is just jojoba and vitamin E. Which works out well for me. I try to definitely get down into the cracks and crevices because I get these terrible, terrible little like callousy things on the corners of where my nails would be. And nobody wants me to scratch them with weird callousy things. Even though we're going to strip all of the oil right back out of them before we actually paint our nails, I need to give them a drink before we paint our nails. This is part of what I normally do prior to starting stream. For a nail art stream, I was running behind today because I was feeling lazy. And didn't. So you get to watch all this. You get to see all of it. Nice and shiny with oil. You're updating. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of books. That's a lot of books, Carrie. 1,197. Holy smokes. So you don't have to re-enter. Yeah, that makes sense. You don't want to have to re-enter if you're keeping a meticulous list of them. Gotta get it into all of my nail ridges from the Hashimoto's. You can really kind of see the ridges right there, yeah. Look at how the light bounces off of it funny. Each like blob is a dip. If you didn't miss any, oh my gosh, Carrie. Holy crap. That's a lot of books. That is a lot of books. That is a personal library for serious. And it's amazing how much better everything looks once you just hydrate it. Just give it a little good old hydration. And all of a sudden it doesn't look like the trash that it could. Give them a good paint. Put that back in its lid. And then I'm just going to massage it in a little. Okie dokie. Thank you for the lurk, mem. Enjoy your movie. You looking forward to seeing the YouTube of this? Yes. Yes. And that's going to be my next challenge next week because I'm going to need to put the videos out. And I'm teaching myself DaVinci Resolve at this point, and I'm dreading it. There may be a new style of how I do the videos so that I don't have to have so that I can do my stuff a little bit differently. Yeah, get down in there, oil. Make me feel soft and sexy. Yeah. Do this real fast. And then I have the Holo Taco hand cream with jojoba oil. The jojoba oil is really good because your skin can actually absorb it. There are plenty of oils that just sit on the surface and don't do jack diddly fuck all. And unfortunately, coconut oil typically is one of them that it just can't do anything really for you. So I don't want you to be assaulted by weird squishy noises. So I'm going to move my hands away a little bit, come right down onto the forearms to get some of the extra lotion off. But this helps keep my hands soft and supple and ready to go for both, like, just looking nice, because Hashimoto's and dry skin go hand in hand, but also for doing massage so that I'm not scratching people with rough skin and all that sort of thing. Thank you for the lurk, Dova. Yeah, that looks so much better. They're still not perfect. I still definitely have dry skin tendencies, but compared to what they looked like when we started versus now, that's an improvement. That is a vast improvement. And some of it might just be little bitties that can come out. It might be lotion stuck in the cracks, which is not an issue because it'll help moisten things. So while my hands absorb some good lotion, let me first crack my back. Ugh. There we go. My time of the month is coming rapidly, and so my body and all of its joints are screaming at me presently. Let me show you the colors that we're going to be using to create this base of nails, because good God, they're so gorgeous. And then we're doing nail art on top of it. I just needed to test that the base would work. And honestly, that set of nails alone would be beautiful. But I needed to be a little bit extra. So we're going to be starting, as we start everything. Do I want this in closer still? I think I do want this in closer still. You know what? Let's really bring you guys in, because now I think I can handle it. And in order to make sure I'm in the right spot, give me a second. I have little tape markers that I put down on my mat. So you're going to see it pop in on the side briefly. You're learning all of my secrets. This is how I know if I am in frame or not. I look at where my tape is and adjust accordingly. And this is probably a step I've always done, and I just forgot to do today. Because again, out of habit. But I used Droid Cam for this, I used Droid Cam for baking, and they require different settings. I know, shocker. Which means that I need different zoom levels. And I probably have always zoomed in, and I just, like I said, forgot to zoom back out for baking once, and then I forgot to zoom back in for this. Yeah, you can see my little fingerprint marks from the nail oil. Don't copy my fingerprints off the screen, okay? So we're going to start with a base coat. This is Holo Taco's
good God. Smoothing base. Can you adjust Droid Cam, like, and not burn people's retinas? Just very basic. This helps seal the manicure onto my nails, and it also helps smooth out these ridges in my fingernail. Because, like, you can see them. They're very obvious. I have very bad ridges, and that's part of Hashimoto's. The next color, well, actually, the first color we're going to be using for our red is Holo Tacos Left on Red. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. It's quintessential red. Now, I only have 5 fingers. The rainbow has 6 colors, so I had to get rid of one color. I decided to combine the yellow and orange with Butterscotch Hop, which is an orangey yellow. God, this does not show it properly. This does. There we go. If I... Hang on. Just trying to shield it from too much light. There you go. Now you can see it. I know my hand is in a weird position, but that's the actual color. That's the actual color. I may have to shut the blinds real fast. That might be where the too much of extra light is coming from. So yeah, this is Butterscotch Hop. Or maybe I just need to lock the exposure on the... Hang on. That might be the better option, is to just lock the exposure. So let me bring this back and get it. There we go. That'll do. I locked the exposure, so now we're good. Now it doesn't matter what the sun does outside or anything else. We'll be good to go. So that's our yellow-orange. For the green, we're using here for the Payday. Some of these are still available on Holo Taco's website. Some of them are not. A lot of these are older cremes. So you may have to find a dupe. You may just have to use the colors that you prefer. For our blue... Sorry, this keeps bouncing. It's because I'm shaking the polishes. And despite it having been marketed with a solid base, it does not have a solid base. This is Board Meeting. Holo Taco's Board Meeting. And then finally, for our purple, it's my favorite purple, and I know that this one was limited edition, so it does not exist anymore. So sorry, because it's such a great purple. This is Party of One purple. I love this purple so much. So freaking much. It's so good. It needs more of a shake. And you are really supposed to roll it, not shake it for air bubble purposes. Good enough. Let's get in there. But yeah, Party of One purple. To get the effect over the top, this is something that Collect gifted me for my birthday off of my Throne wish list. And it is from Starly. It's called Magma. This is a coppery magnetic... God, there's cat hair on everything. Magnetic top coat. Now, I've never heard of a magnetic top coat before. So this is my one and only. It's the only one I know of. And I did buy a specialty bar magnet so that I could more easily do this. But you can see when I bring the magnet close, it can shift the color. And that is exactly what we're going to do with the nails to get the effect. So we're going to be using that. And then for the nail art portion, because this is going to be dripping Pride, we're going to be working with Maniology MXM087, which wasn't a subscriber exclusive plate. It is technically a Halloween plate, but I specifically want this design up at the top to get the drip effect and be able to place it wherever I please. And we're going to reverse paint it with our Holo Taco colors. But we're going to do the outline in Maniology colors, which are stamping polishes, Where to move the empty bookcases to? Oh my god. Oh my god, Carrie. So the first one is B189 Fireside, which is a beautiful red from Maniology. I was twisting it the right way. Really doesn't help if I smack the light. And then we've got, for our orangey yellow color, B193 Sunrise from Maniology. Maniology is known for their stamping polishes. And if you are interested in stamping and you have never tried it before, you can get 10% off at Maniology using my code. So yep, this is B193 Sunrise. And then for our green, we've got B256 Lime Pine. This green is so delicious. So delicious. Whoop. Need to do a 180 with that. Ugh. For our blue, I'm trying to not shake the entire desk while I do this, because that's what's causing the light to wiggle. I'm having varying levels of success. This is B375 Royal Blue. It was the best I could do. I was trying to match as closely as possible, but I only have so many colors right now. Your B75 Royal Blue. Hi, Full Speed. Hi, Full Speed. How are you? And then for our purple for the stamping portion, I'm pretty sure I've used this one before. You're great. I saw you got a new car, Full Speed. Congratulations. Congratulations. I saw Collect's post on the gram of the Insta. This is B281 Littlefoot. Before I forget to say that part. And this is your first car ever, isn't it, Full Speed? Which makes it even more exciting. Like, that is such a big step. That is such a milestone. And then, of course, at the very end, we have Glossy Taco to seal the deal. Make it beautiful. Make it shiny for these bad boys. So before we get started, we of course need our cup of acetone. And I've said this before, I'll say it again. This is a shot glass I bought at Target as a set of 4 on sale after Christmas. These are never ever used for human consumption because they have had essentially, you know, harmful chemicals in them. And I will not mix and match my chemicals with my not chemicals. So now that it's been designated for acetone, it will forever be for acetone. It will never be for liquids that go in my body. So we're going to get that out and ready. We've got a cleanup brush ready for all of our needs in the cuticle area. I've got my cards for stamping. I've got my jelly stamper. All I need now is to dehydrate my nail beds. It is time to start the actual process. Let me get a cotton ball here. Cotton ball of 100% pure acetone. Cosmetic grade pure acetone. And I know we just oiled them to give them some hydration, which will help our cuticles not suffer as bad during this, but we need to dehydrate the nail beds specifically so that the nail polish sticks better and longer. That is important. Ooh, that little bit of a nip from where I was picking at a hangnail stings. Whew, buddy. And you can literally see the nails drying out. Whoop! Excuse me. Try to swallow my own spit. Alright, good and dehydrated. So now our base coat and everything will stick nicely. We're going to go in with that base coat. I'm actually also going to wipe some of the oil off of this section here. It will leave like acetone streaks, but that looks a little nicer than my fingerprints. I always start by using my non-dominant hand to paint my dominant hand because it makes it easier in the long run. Clean up where it hits my skin, because the sooner you get that off, the easier it is to do. By the way, can you guys hear the music in the background okay? Not your first car, technically, but your first legal car. That's so exciting. That's so exciting. Do you have to do a whole bunch of, like, tag re-registering for your job? Doing deliveries or anything? Or can you, just go for it? Or was that only a thing for the one company? You just go for it? Hell yes. Hell yes. That makes life so much simpler for you. I'm so excited for you. I'm so glad that you actually managed to get the car that you wanted. That is fantastic. And that's going to be a minor weight off of yours and Collect's shoulders, I'm sure, because you having your own vehicle means that if you need to go one place and Collect needs to go another, it's not a matter of who gets the vehicle today. Or Collect doesn't have to try to schedule doctor's appointments around your work schedule and so on and so forth. Like, that is huge. You get your baby back during the day. Hi, Collect. Speaking of that cutie. How are you feeling today, Collect? Did you manage to get some good sleep? Our favorite foul-mouthed potato. Collect is 100% gonna end up being, like, when she hits elderly status, right? She's gonna be the one, you know, in the future nursing home that's, like, telling these stories, and all the other old ladies are gonna be clutching their pearls. They're gonna be like, oh my god! Imagine! And Collect's gonna be like, yeah, I did that. I fucking did that. It was a long day yesterday. You forgot how slow... oh my god, yeah. Yeah, car dealers are... they want you there longer so that you might, you know, buy more accessories or some shit. Yeah, when I'm old, I hope I end up in the same nursing home as you, Collect, so that we can scare all the old ladies together. And make all the young staff members roll their eyes. It's that or you and I gotta find, like, the same younger sugar daddy so that they can just take care of us at home with pool boys and shit, you know? Also, you won't question any of the paperwork. Yeah. Yeah. My biggest folly when I bought my car, and thankfully it was only a $50 folly, but the guy who sold me my car forgot to charge me the fee for transferring the registration. And when we went to pick it up, he mentioned it, and, you know, like, we already had the contract signed and everything. It was just doing the final process with handing over the check from the bank and stuff. And he was like, you know, I forgot this. I'm going to need you to cut an extra $50 check. And I should have refused. I should have made him eat the $50 because it was his mistake. But I just wrote the check. Didn't even question it. Looking back, I should have questioned it because, like, sorry. That's not my fault. Especially because I didn't argue down the price or anything. He literally said this car new off the lot is like $16,800, and I said sold. They tried to add 3,000. What? Yeah, no. Seriously, I wouldn't drive to do that either, Collect. I wouldn't drive to do that either. Hell no. Hell no. I don't even call my insurance to get windshield dings taken care of because anxiety. That's something I've needed to do for years. And I just haven't. It'll happen someday. I think I caught a rock from a construction vehicle or something. It's very small. I don't even notice it. It never spiderwebbed. So I just was like, yeah, whatever. Yep, that's exactly what my insurance will do. I just, you know, need to actually make the call. There, base coat. We got us a base coat. Yep, get it taken care of for free. I also actually, I need to find another insurance agent because I'm pretty sure my car insurance policy still has all the bells and whistles from me buying the car. And, you know, you have to have extra things on your insurance when it's still new and you have a loan on it. But I've paid my loan off. Yeah, that's the base coat. Nice and shiny. I paid my loan off during COVID, I think. So I really do need to have the policy looked at and have extra fluff removed and drop the price of it. Hi, Batwoman. Welcome in. How are you? Yeah, I should make sure the loan payoff is off. And I haven't because I am a potato about doing the things that I'm supposed to do. All right. Now here's the question. Do I want to put the red on my pinky and the purple on my thumbs because I love purple more? Or do I want to just do the red on my thumb and come through the other way? Gosh. Ideally, honestly, I would want like the purple on my middle finger. Through the website. Oh my god, agents. Oh, I can only imagine, Collect. I can only imagine. Just a little exhausted still from work this morning? Well, I'm glad you're home from work. I am doing good. I'm just deciding now on the order that I want to do the colors. Would it look weird if I did, like, the colors not in rainbow order? I don't know if my OCD could handle that. Is living your way. You're not wrong, Collect. I just don't know if my OCD could handle that. I think my OCD would have an absolute fucking meltdown. We're just gonna do it. We're gonna do it in the order. I'm going to obey the OCD. So red on the thumbs and then purple by the time we get to the pinkies. Not me flooding my cuticle. Not me making a mess. Not me smearing, like I smacked the cleanup brush across my skin. I've got a red streak on my hand right now. Oops. Yeah, so those beautiful samples that you saw started out like this. Mood, yeah. Yep, the OCD rules everything. Oop. There we go. I gotta get the little bit of red smear back off of the skin, but it's out of the cuticle. That's the important part. Yeah, I smacked myself. Let's just, you know, clean that up real fast. It's having fun zooming. Ooh, we love a zoomy kitty. Oh, she's got an ever-changing obstacle course. Yeah. Yeah. Now we get to do our yellowy orangey color, or orangey yellow, whatever we want to call it here. This one will need 2 coats. The red, probably not, but I will because I can actually feel the thickness of polish on my fingernails. So if I do 2 coats on some and not on others, I can feel the thickness difference, and that drives me crazy. There have actually been points and times in my life where I've done my nails up to look so nice, and I have to take the nail polish back off like a couple of days later because the thickness of the nail polish on my nails is driving me insane. And then green. And I flood my cuticles again. Lord, I am out of practice. That is exactly what this is. I am out of practice.
Because I used to do this literally every Sunday, every weekend. And then I just fell off the wagon. As one does. This is supposed to be exposure locked, and I feel like it is not staying exposure locked. Just saying. That feels awfully bright all of a sudden. Yeah, because if I shade them a little bit, you can actually see the true color better. We are getting blown out. I need you. Yeah, on. Locked. Why did you turn it off? I was right. I don't know why it randomly turned off my exposure locking, but it did. I was right. It was too bright. Blue. There we go. That's a better. I have listened to my lo-fi playlist so much from streaming that I have most of the beats memorized at this point. I should probably find some more beats to put in there just to switch it up a little, get more variety. I just haven't. Because again, lazy, with a capital L on my forehead. The cleanup can be so satisfying sometimes. Getting the pigments out from where they don't belong. Now, for those of you with long enough nails, you should be also wrapping the tips. I don't have any tips to wrap. Okay, they don't exist. Because I am a massage therapist and nail tips that I have to wrap would dig into the skin of people, and nobody wants that, apparently. Until I find my niche in BDSM massage, where people want me to scratch them with my nails while I give them a nice, you know, relaxing massage, the nails can't stay. No full speed. You cannot afford to be my one and only client to pay me for that service. I'm sorry. Even you don't make that much money. You also don't live in New York. Where my license is valid. Nope, I actually don't need to go around the edges. I got the edges. Except for that one. Okay. So hand 1 has its colors. Now for hand 2.
The easier hand, because I'm painting with my dominant hand. Same thing. The problem I usually run into, just getting it over that little ridge, that I usually run into with using my dominant hand to paint is that I get overconfident and then I make more mistakes because I'm just like, this is easy mode, and I'm more careless. Because of course I am. Of course I am. And then I've got one little cuticle nick up here. All right. Thumb done. Listen, Holo Taco is fantastic. What color are you looking at? Collect or colors? You can blame me. I will take that blame. If I could be an affiliate with Holo Taco and have an affiliate code with them, heartbeat, I would. Like, hashtag Holo Taco, please sponsor me. Like, I don't give a shit about Advanced GG or any of that stuff, but if I could get a Holo Taco affiliation, Hashtag Holo Taco sponsor, that's right. There are so many pretty colors. What colors do you typically like to wear, collect? Let's start there. That should be the #1 question. What colors do you like to wear? Are you a bright colors girly? Are you a pastel girly? Do you like your blacks and your whites? Because that makes a difference. Vibrant colors. So I can tell you that the purple one was limited edition. You cannot buy that one anymore. I think the blue one still exists in the cremes. And if you like that blue, you should also look up on her website Hydropower, which is an electric linear holographic blue that is stunning. He went nuts over the green. This is here for the payday. So the blue is board meeting. This is here for the payday. The green equivalent of here for the payday that was a linear holographic has been discontinued. RIP full charge. You will be dearly missed. My favorite green polish by and far. If you want a nice black one that does rainbows, electrostatic. That is by and far my favorite Holo Taco polish, electrostatic. Makes me so happy. Yep, I can recommend Holo Taco polishes all day because I own all of them.
And that being said, too, if you see one on the website and you're just not sure what it looks like in person, like, let me know, because it is somewhere in this room and I will find it and show it to you. Even if I have to put it on one of these nail blanks. Because sometimes they do look different out of the bottle than in. They really do. No, 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 don't grab the tool magnet. I just needed to put something back. Oops, I dinged it. Good thing I'm putting on a second coat, eh? Good thing I'm putting on a second coat. Yeah, Party of One Purple was on one of the Gala collections, and it was limited edition. I am très sad about that because it's so pretty. But in the same family of Party of One Purple, there is Serial Killer. It's a little bit more pastel, but it's the same quality. Let me get this on, and then I will go grab Serial Killer. And yes, I can move around with wet nails. I've got that skill at least. Should be up here. Got it. Crazy guy. All right, so we're working with Party of One Purple. That's this guy. Serial Killer is just a slightly lighter version of it. So Party of One Purple, Serial Killer. Party of One Purple is not available, Serial Killer is. And it's literally cereal that you eat. Killer. So if you like this purple, that would be what I recommend going for. It's about the closest you're gonna come. Unless they might still have Witch Please. Let me grab that one. I lied. It's not called Witch Please. It's called Resting Witch Face. It goes a little bit on the darker side. So there's Resting Witch Face. Party of One Purple. And Serial Killer. So yeah, if you want to go a little darker, Resting Witch Face. Like quite literally. I'm pretty sure you can still get Resting Witch Face. A little lighter, you go Serial Killer. Yeah, Resting Witch Face is really nice too. Ugh. Get my butt pillow back where it belongs. Scooch back in. And then we're going to go through for our second coat.
it just makes sense. We have a couple of them that really need that second coat, so we'll do a second coat on all of them. One of these days, like I have all of my colors swatched in my book so that I have a record of them, but one of these days I should get swatch wheels so I can actually swatch colors next to each other that are like the purple family and the greens or the blues, so that you can actually really see what they look like comparatively. Because sometimes she releases things and I'm like, isn't that the same exact color? And it's really not, but your brain remembers color differently than how it actually is. Because brains are rude. That is my professional human opinion. Brains are rude. Okay? You heard it here first. Brains are rude. I do have a swatch book. It's something I made myself with a binder and a template and a nail tool from Maniology that are little dots that you actually, the little dots are for putting on the top of your lids to see what the color looks like painted, but I put them in a book. Hey, fucking men, yeah. 3 bookcases moved upstairs, 1 cabinet moved down. Oh my God, Carrie, you guys are busy. You want to come do my house next? Shit, mine could use that level of organization that I've just been too lazy to really knuckle down and do. It really is. I'm so jealous of those built-ins. They're gorgeous. Oh my goodness. You guys are dedicated, Carrie. You guys are definitely dedicated. Because, like, holy smokes. Oh, they look so pretty. These are my favorite nail books, rainbows. I would show you electrostatic, by the way, Collect. But I would need a steppy stool to get to it because it's behind my computer on the wall. So maybe after I finish my nails, I'll pull it down. Have to have the list up to date. Oh my goodness, Carrie. Yeah. Yeah, you definitely, like, when you have that many books, you don't want to be buying duplicates. That was me. Not gonna lie, that was me with my seed bead collection. I finally had to make a Google Sheets document so that it could just be accessible through my Gmail account of every color of seed bead I already owned and in what quantity. Color, size, quantity, because I would go and I would buy things that I'm like, oh my God, I have to have this. And I already had like 3 at home because I had forgotten. I had already bought them because I have hundreds of colors of seed beads too. Back in my beading days. Someday I'll get back to my beading. That day is not today though, because today is for nail art. Today is for nail art. Boop. smacked the camera. Yeah, I think I got it. It's funny, but the purple, for me, to my eyeballs, trying to see that tiny little bit of details almost blends in with my skin. Like, the tonality of it. Your website so you can quickly see what looks... Yeah, there you go. There you go, Collect. That is a great way to do it, too. By the way, Collect. By the way. You never told me you were a published author, even if it's self-published. Like, excuse the fuck out of me, ma'am. I was looking at your fourth wall the other day, and I saw books, and I was like, the hell is this? And then I realized you wrote them. Yeah, you've never told me. I was like, excuse me? I'm supposed to know everything about my friends, damn it. I know that that is physically impossible, by the way. But I do like to celebrate my friends' accomplishments. You cackled happily. That's the best, though. If you can't get, like, evoke your readers' emotions, why are you writing? Like, that's why we read, is to have the roller coaster ride in word form. I'm just very particular right now about what I'm reading because I have to protect my peace. It's really interesting how age has changed the way my mental health seems to work. Because there are absolutely things that used to never bother me that now I'm like, I cannot. I just cannot. Just need to scan the bar. That's handy, Carrie. That's really handy. You know, some of the mental health changes could also just be from losing my mom. Like, that was a humongous event in my life, and, you know, it's trauma. It is a form of a trauma, and trauma changes you, man. It changes you. Even though I can joke about it now, it was still a major event. Like, when I was doing the layered jello, oh my gosh. The last layer, even though it's lemon, always looks orange. And it's got to be something with the light refraction and whatnot. But it always looks orange, and I commented that when I sent the Snapchat out. My dad was like, I'd ask your mom about it, but, you know, it might take me a little while to get a response. I was like, yup, it definitely would. Definitely would. Got a lot of middlemen you gotta go through there to contact her. But I'm pretty sure my mom had changed the order of the colors. I just can't remember, and, you know, obviously she's not around to tell me. So I just do what the recipe says. And quietly yell at her for leaving too soon.
so that I can't ask her the questions. Rude. Stranding me like this. On our final coat of purple. Speaking of DH though, how is Sir DH doing with his nail tech lessons? And what are the licensing requirements in Texas? Because I know here in New York, you cannot get that licensure without actually attending in-person classes. Like, online means nothing to New York. Still waiting for you to give me this recipe then, right? You suck at it, bad woman. This has been years, and I mean years of practice. I started before I became a massage therapist, and I've been a massage therapist now for going on 7 years, because I officially got my licensure in... No, it's been 7 years. In March of 2018, I was officially licensed. And I started this before massage. So at least 10 years of practice. So if you just keep doing it, you'll get better at it. It's definitely like a learned skill. Okay, that one's ready to go. That one, that one, that one, and that one. Perfect. So now is the time for the fun part. The magnetics. Yeah. I wasn't streaming for 10 years, but I've been working on this for 10 years. Just a reminder, this is what Collect got me. It is not going to look like this specifically on my nails. This is Starly's Magma. It is friggin' gorgeous. Oh God, it's so delicious. This is a specialty topper. It is the only one of its kind that I know of. I've never heard of any other company doing a magnetic topper, just magnetic polishes. So this coat has to be fairly thick to have enough particles to do what you need it to do. Not super thick, but it's got to have some fluidity to it, basically. So we get it on. We're going to quick clean off the end. Where I slipped up. And then we're going to get our magnet. And I'm literally pushing it around the edges and smacking things. Come on, stop. Stop moving. I didn't hit you that hard. So you can kind of see it being pulled. I'm going to turn my thumb a little. And I'm just doing this for a little bit while it sets up so it doesn't fall back out of the places. And I'm circling the edges because it's creating what's considered a velvet look. So there's the difference. So The Starly polishes do not come with the magnet that you need. They don't come with any magnet, and it specifically says that. And I prefer that, honestly, because the Holo Tacos, when you buy their magnetic polishes, you get yet another magnet. I have so many of the little bar magnets, but I picked this magnet up off of Amazon for like $6 because it's a little bit more powerful and it's easier to use to manipulate the magnetic particles. Do not fear, it will look nice. I know this looks god-awful when you first put it onto the yellow. I too was worried when I first put it onto the yellow. Damaiti, good morning. Hello, love. You're here. Clean that up. Don't tell me I don't have enough nail to make this work. Oh no, it's working. Okay, I see it. I'm just at a bad angle. Yeah, you can see it more on the yellow than the nail. Trying to keep your eyes open. There's the difference. Then onto the green. You have no idea how hard it's been since I made the test swatches to wait to do this to my nails. It's been murderous. And the short nail thing, oh God, don't tell me that it doesn't work on my short nails, is a thing that I struggle with sometimes, where I see these beautiful nail art designs and I'm like, I don't have enough nail plate to pull this off. See if I can get these together for you. There's the green. You've been looking forward to those nails, right? These are just, oh God, I love them so much. Collect basically bought me my new obsession. I also have a desire now to buy swatch wheels so that I can paint literally all of my cremes to figure out which ones work best with this. Hi, Beanie. How are you? Ooh, woo, and oh, whoa. Do your nails, come to New York.
Oh, you can really see it work on the blue. You like the top round there, blue? Me too. The blue and the purple, I think, are my favorite of the colors. So there's the difference in the blue. It just, oh god, it's so good. It's so good. How's your DVD been, Beanie? Oh, Droid Cam needed to refresh. I don't understand why Droid Cam keeps doing that, but that is definitely when it loses my exposure lock. Pain in my ass. Looks more realistic. 8-bit compared to 64. It's less flat. Yeah, it definitely, the magnetic will make it look three-dimensional. Yes. Now to get it on my wee tiny pinky finger. My pinkies are way tiny. Didn't play DVD yet, but on that. Oh, yeah, that's Stardew Valley grind. Let's go. Did you finally find Abigail to romance? You gonna get that goth girly? In your single player you did? Hell yeah. There's the difference. And apparently I caught that other pinky nail on something, so I'm just gonna tap it back down into place. A multitude of sins is gonna be hidden by the fact that we're putting the magnetic over the top. My favorite color is also Purple Batwoman, which is why I had debated on doing in reverse and starting red over here and then ending with purple on the thumb, but my OCD said otherwise. So we have one hand that's set and one hand that's still flat. So now we get to work with my dominant hand to do the painting and stuff, which will make this so much easier. Got her at 5 hearts. Fuck yes. Already changed his card names like 3 times. He just said she's gonna just be Car, and I said for how long? About 5 minutes, collect. Okay, I need a decent amount of this for fluid, but that was a little too much. Yeah, it's definitely not as impressive on the red and the yellow because it is a copper toned magnetic. So the tones are the same. And it's going to be more impressive, I feel like, on the blue and the purple because they are opposite each other on the color wheel. Oh, yeah. To unbook to... Oh, my goodness, Carrie. Good luck. Good luck. Godspeed. You're gonna need it. I think the most amazing thing about this particular magnetic topper is that you can turn any of your colors into a magnetic. It really opens up the world of possibilities as far as colors and nail art goes. You know, it's so hard for me to do this on my physical hand and keep you guys able to see everything I'm doing. Definitely got some trimmables down there. Get those after my nails are dry. After the dry. Just some filing imperfections, basically. I love watching the magnet do its job. I feel like I could do a little bit better over here. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. And then on to our favorites. The blue and the purple. And I know not everybody will agree with me on this, but I don't think magnetics are that hard to use. You just have to go nail by nail. It's definitely not a rushing technique. Like, you gotta be ready for a little bit of patience with magnetics, but they're not that hard to work with. So pretty. So freaking pretty. Not me. Smacking the light again. Like one does. When they are a klutz with their proprioception. And proprioception is by, the fancy word for knowing where your body is in space. Specifically your limbs.
My proprioception is bad. Not as bad as it could be, but it's still pretty bad. I run into shit all the time that I should not run into. Too early for big words. What Seamus used to say when I'd pull those words out is, stop out-docking the doc. Because he was a doc in the Navy and served with the Marines. Navy corpsman. For fuck's sake, me. Oh. Shiny. Oh, they look so good. Oh, they look so good. And thus concludes the magnetic portion. Thank you. Thank you. You went to bed at like 4 a.m. Jesus, Tommy. Yeah, you're doing the same thing I tend to do. Oh, that's fun, Carrie. So just to review where we've been to get to this point, because there's 10 colors of nail polish that we're using today. Okay? Everything is topped with Starly's Magma. Again, I'm not affiliated with Starly, would love to be. They've got some beautiful stuff. Dagnabbit me. I am using a magnetic wand that I found on Amazon. And if you are interested in this, I will fetch the link that I used. That puts the effect for the top. Red Bane. By crafting type. Oh, nice, Carrie. Our red is Left on Red from Holo Taco. Our yellow orange is Butterscotch Hop from Holo Taco. Our green is Here for the Payday by Holo Taco. Our blue is Board Meeting by Holo Taco. And our purple, which is no longer available, it was a limited edition, is Party of One Purple from Holo Taco. And for those who missed my comparison for Collect, close colors that I believe you can still get both of, but I know for sure you can still get Serial Killer. We have Resting Witch Face and Serial Killer. So Resting Witch Face over here is a little bit darker, and Serial Killer is just a tad lighter. Those are what I would recommend in lieu of Party of One Purple if you are going for something from Holo Taco. And thus concludes our journey with Holo Taco so far, because we will be topping it with their Glossy Taco. I'm just now pulling out the Maniology polishes to the front. Resting Witch Face, right? It's so good. Resting Witch Face is really good. Pulling out my Maniology to be to the forefront. Although I'm going to be using both, the Maniologies are shorter. Does she still? I have to look now. I have to let my nails dry anyways. I have to look on Holo Taco's website. If Resting Witch Face still exists. Search Resting Witch Face. You can still buy Resting Witch Face. It is still available. Board Meeting is still available. Here for the Payday. I am typing that right.
All right, it's not finding here for the payday in their anything. Cremes. Filter by color green. Here for the payday is not available anymore. So, and they don't have a large selection of greens because people shit on nature. The closest you're going to get is Crime and Punishment, which is in the same tonality as Serial Killer. It's a pastel. Butterscotch. Was Butterscotch Hop discontinued too? Hello. Go back to cremes. Color. Yellow. Okay, it's not in the yellows. How about in the oranges? Butterscotch Hop also is no longer available. I do not have a good dupe for this one in the Holo Taco colors. Again, people just don't like yellows and oranges that much. It's essentially school bus yellow. So you cannot get that one. And then left on red is still available. So you can get the red and the blue that I specifically used. But you cannot get the other ones, which is a shame because they're very pretty. But again, if it's not selling well, Holo Taco does retire it. And I'm just going to double check, triple check on the nail polish. Go to the retirement rack. Okay, thanks. Okay, thanks. When did they get retired? Go to page 13 because I'm sure they were some of the originals. I'm still sad that purple slushy and orange drink made the retirement rack. They were some OGs. OGs, man. I'll give you my nails back to look at while I scroll this. You're more of a dark color person? That makes sense. 4 of the things in this room are rollable. Oh my god, rolling has to be making it perfect. Gold flake, don't care. Page 11. Seafoam Home was so good. R.I.P. that. Oh, there comes the sun. Heavy Metal Mixtape. Wayback Chrome is so pretty too, but that was a limited edition. R.I.P. Full Charge. God. Unlock. Yep, Butterscotch Hop is retired. I see it there in that list. Here for the payday. There it is. Wow, Work Bestie got retired. That was a purple as well. I should really familiarize myself with all the retired colors. Or limited editions. Because, yeah, there's a good chunk of them. There's a good chunk of them. Most of the magnetics got put here. I'm seeing. Those were limited edition to begin with. Am I wrong about Party of One Purple? Is that still available? Hold the phone. You can buy Party of One Purple. It is retiring. It is not yet retired. So, since it has the retiring tag on it, that means that it is on the chopping block. When it sells out, it's gone.
but it's still in stock. So if you want Party of One purple, you're going to want to buy it. I was not expecting to see that because it was part of a limited edition collection. So that's important. That's very important. Okay, now that I've gone through and checked on that, we're gonna get on with the program here, which is putting that back there so it's out of the way. What did you... Oh, that thing. Okay, I was like, what did you grip onto? Take a sip of water. Crack our neck. And we are going to start the stamping portion of our fun times with our drip. Which means I'm going to need the pineapple. Give me your pineapple. This is the pineapple. You push the pineapple in and you get these little forky things or a cotton ball that you can soak with acetone to clear the plate. We have our stamper head, which you never, ever, 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 ever clean with acetone. You take anything that's on it off with tape, and if it gets ruined, it gets destroyed, you can buy replacement stamper heads. They do actually peel up and out. This is Maniology's Cube Stamper. I like clear stampers because you can see through for where you're putting the design on your fingers. None of these colors, to my knowledge, are going to be smeary, awful messes that are going to completely destroy my skin, so I am not putting any cuticle protection on. Woe is me if I make a mistake and I actually struggle to get shit back off of my skin. That is my own fucking fault. Just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. This plate was special edition for subscribers only. That's why it's MXM for Maniacs Me. But if you have access to that and this is still available, it's plate 087. I'm debating on getting back into the Maniacs Me club. Oh my god, I didn't like some of the plates they were putting out for a little while, and then now they were putting out like some really cool ones. You'd have way too much fun playing with that topper. Oh my god, collect it is the best thing ever. I adore it. So I'm going to just take from the middle because none of my fingers are going to be that like wide. And I don't need the edge parts. And I apologize that the light being so bright causes a reflection. But it is a top-down light. So we're starting with our red Maniology. We're just going to paint in a section. Be somewhat quick. Scrape. And lift. Lifted. And then I am going to get a piece of tape. Because like I said, you do not... I dented my one nail. I have too much shit on this desk. I really need to clean it up. You do not hit this with acetone. You literally press tape onto it and lift the design off that you don't want. I am going to set that off to the side so that I can slide this out of here. Okay. This Maniology color, by the way, is B189 Fireside. Into here, I'm going to paint our Holo Taco, our red. I need my nail art brushes. Spin. Spin. Crap, the striping brushes end at the same time. And I really smudged my purple nail. Fuck me. I should have smartened up and gotten all this stuff out ahead of time, but I didn't. We're gonna have to redo a nail. Normally I don't smudge them, but there is no saving her. Luckily, reverse stamping means that that can sit there for a little bit. I can probably... I might be able to save her with just the magnetic part. We're gonna try that first. We're gonna try that first. Because you really can save a multitude of sins by just putting another layer on top if it's not completely, like, dug in and wrecked. Take it off the end of my nail. Take it off the side. Slightly there, but not like it was, and we don't have to redo the whole damn nail. And that's the goal. That is the goal. Okay. Bringing this back over. And I mean, I have two ways I could do this. I could stamp it onto the nail. Okay, I could stamp it on and then paint, but I am going to choose to paint into the stamper itself. So you can't see where I'm putting this. I'm putting my little dollop off camera onto my silicone mat, which is what I'm painting on top of. It's impervious to acetone and nail polish and is easily cleanable. Highly recommend. And I am just going to use a little brush, pick up some of my Holo Taco, and we're going to fill in. I don't need a lot. I just need enough. And in this instance, it does kind of matter that I stay mostly inside the lines for neatness. This will be much faster than the Easter egg painting that we did. Because this is one color per nail. That's probably more than enough for my thumbnail.
thing I'm curious about is if me putting that down on there is enough to make it pick upable. So you can see we're gonna have a drip, but I'm not gonna trust that. I'm gonna grab my sticky base coat here. Which is another Maniology product. B384. Let me guess. You froze for a minute and my exposure lock is gone. Nope, exposure lock is still there. It just got that bright outside. So also hold on. I need to shut the blinds that the cat's like opened because they can look outside. There we go. That'll be better. And yes, everything makes, like, me walking across the floor makes this light move. This is the Canva light, and it had such good reviews and really good marketing, honestly, and I am just not as impressed with it as I should be for the price point. Okay. So sticky base coat allows me to put this onto my nail. Well, this has already basically dried. You put it on, you wait approximately 30 seconds, and then you put your stamp design on it. That's the secret. So we do that. Have I mentioned how badly I need to clean this damn desk up? Because I really badly need to clean this desk up. We take the little bit off of the end. We're basically covering up just a little bit of the magnetic with solid. I feel like it's a little more opaque than I was anticipating, but that's okay. Or transparent. I'm getting my things backwards. And then we once again have to clean up. And this is going to be one where it's more obvious what I did in different lighting.
Okay, the red is a little bit smeary and stainy, but we got this. So there's one. Like I said, depending on what lighting it's under, depends on how well you can see it. But I think it's a really cool effect. So we got to clean out the red. Do this one by one. And for those of you who are veteran nail art watchers, you will recognize that little voodoo doll from the very first nail art tutorial I ever put up on YouTube. That's the little dude. That's him. All right. B193 Sunrise for the yellow. That's about all I need. The small nail. It's a wee tiny little nail. Oops. Did I set this down into the nail polish? I sure freaking did. Is this gonna also cloud up my plastic? Yes, it is. I'm gonna have to get a new one of these. Clear a lot of that off. Pick that back up. Pick that up. Get our woo! As I smack the light again, get our Holo Taco color. Apparently RIP Butterscotch Hop. I was wrong. So wrong about which colors are available and aren't. I will say this, not all colors stamp equally. Some are better suited to different designs. And the lighter colors, except for white, tend to be the hardest to work with, I find. All right. Once again, sticky base. Oh, I forgot the nail stamping warning. of no moving air, no blowing fans, no blowing air conditioner, because it dries too fast unless you're doing this. Then you can have those things. Reverse stamping, okay. Use a big sticky base coat, okay. None of those things, your nail stamping will not work. But it still might not work with the moving air to actually lift it up out of the plate, so your mileage may vary. I usually sweat to death in the summer doing stamping. And I don't do the more complicated things like this when it's too hot out because you have to turn off your AC. All right, our 30 seconds are there. Yeah, that one's much more apparent than the red. The red is a little too matchy-matchy. You have no idea either how much I debated how to design over the top of this magnetics, because I had lots of ideas, ooh, Jesus, on what I could do. But knowing that my nails are small because they're short, and I just, you know, I'm a small person, I have smaller hands. Thank you for getting your daily self-care check-in, Tommy. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't gonna lose the magnetic to whatever the design was that I did. So this was ultimately what I settled on. I thought it was a nice combo wombo. Next is green. We're using Maniology's B256 Lime Pine. If you can't tell, I really like having some of those drips. This is going to be a long video to make tomorrow after work. Lift. Not my best pickup, not my worst pickup. Clean. And you can get the acetone smear off of your plates because you can see with a little rubbing alcohol. Rubbing alcohol is the solution. And then here for the payday. I'm gonna paint it. Filling in my little design. Sorry, you guys are getting concentration, Sam. focusing on my little details here. Create a nice top edge. There we go. So we're going to set that aside because it is time once again for sticky base. This is a recurring theme today. Sticky base coat. It sure is. Now, if you don't have a specialty base coat like sticky base, you can actually use a partially dried top coat. I've done that before, where I just wait for a glossy top coat to get slightly tacky. You're going to need a quick dry top coat for this, but you can wait for it to get just slightly tacky and it'll do the same thing. But that takes more like a minute or two to dry to tacky than 30 seconds. I wasn't sure for a second if it was gonna fully come off. Thought I maybe had jumped the gun with sticky base. But nope, we're good. Actually, before I do this, I just want to give that a little tap down onto the edge there. And same with that. Okay, now I will work with the acetone. To take up that which does not belong on my skin. Or in my cuticles. Yes, yes, yes. So I'm painting my nails today. Carrie is doing her bookshelf shuffle. What's everybody else up to today? Anything fun? Sure, Tom E.T. is still working on waking up. Eating your massive Buc-ee's cinnamon roll? Oh my god, that sounds so good, Collect. I have not actually eaten a meal yet today. I had an Anabar protein bar for breakfast, but I haven't actually eaten. So a cinnamon bun sounds fucking heavenly. Honestly, you know what I could even go for too? Donuts. But I'm trying to behave because I want to lose weight. Meh. Weight loss is such a pain. You can't eat any of the good stuff regularly. Ooh,
Ooh, that looks so nice. I'm really digging these. Have a little stretch here for a moment. Okay. You can also just use your hand. Let me clear off some of that acetone fog for you so you can see the design again. As big as your hand, diabetes. You know, reason why you don't get them too often? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. God, that sounds amazing though. That sounds so fucking good. I want one. We don't have Buc-ee's around here though. We do not have a Buc-ee's in this area. All right, so for our blue, we've got Maniology's B375 Royal Blue. Basically, whenever I finally get to Kentucky or to Texas, whichever comes first, because I've got a friend who lives in Kentucky and works at a Buc-ee's, and I know you guys are in Texas and you have a Buc-ee's. Whichever comes first, I'm gonna have to try Buc-ee's. And Seamus and I still have to go back to Norfolk because he and Lily forgot to take me to a Wawa. And I've heard that Wawas are fucking phenomenal. And I was deprived. Texas for the first time. Buc-ee's is your first stop. I love that. Yeah, I've never been to Texas. I've never been that far south. Not my best pickup, but that's okay. Buy a gun. We're visiting, not living. There's a difference. Besides, you don't have to buy a gun when you get to Texas. They just complimentarily hand it to you. They issue those at the airport. See? That's another thing we need to do this summer, Seamus. I need range time. We haven't had range time in over a year. I'm getting rusty. My aim's gonna be off by like an inch. Both Saturday... Right, Collect, right? My brain has been thinking it's Monday since I woke up. They give you a complimentary 45. That was, the guy who does the blacksmithing at the Ren Fair, isn't it? Fergal. Yup, that's his name. He's a cool dude. I like him. We would absolutely have to visit him as well if we ever made it to Texas, and he's in the same area as, you know, Collect and Full Speed and DH. Because I know Texas is huge. Don't think Collect is near El Paso. I'm not going to assume on stream. Nine hours. Okay, yeah, no. Collect is not near El Paso. And then someday Collect and Full Speed both have to come this way because Crazy Guy and Clover are only 3 hours from where Seamus and I live. So that's an easy day trip out to them. Baton Rouge in less time. Wow. I definitely don't need as much of this as I filled in. Rinse off the little brush. Sticky base. As most of your... That's true. That's true. About 4 hours? That's not too bad. And we annexed that bitch. We were like, fuck yeah, we want all of this territory and land. That's probably why we annexed it, was because we wanted the territory and the land. Hooray, colonization. That was sarcasm, if you can't tell. Josh, hi! There's only a 10-hour flight for you guys to where I live. Just an entire ocean. Just an entire ocean. What's one measly ocean? Fuck flying, we'll swim. How are you, Josh? Welcome in. There were people who would come from Europe and be like, we're going to go down to visit our Florida friends for a day trip. Oh my God, it's true. Yeah, people did not realize how big the US is for a very long time. It is nearly Monday. This is true, Josh. You've technically got, like, what, 8 minutes before Monday? No. 2 hours, 8 minutes. I'm rushing ya. I mean, to be fair, there are still some people in Europe that do not realize just how large the United States really is. 7 hours, Jesus. 2 hours, which means pain, yeah. Yeah. I'm excited that I actually have work on Monday because things have been so slow for me. Like, it's a very exciting thing when I get to look at what I made in a month and go, I can pay myself. Because shit's been really slow. And I am a very bad advertiser because I am the person that's the outlier for most marketing schemes. And when you suck at being marketed to, you also suck at doing marketing, is what I'm finding. And paying somebody to do your marketing is really fucking expensive. Because believe you me, if I could hire a social media marketing manager, I fucking would. But I don't have a few $1,000s laying around a month to hire somebody. Because I'm assuming that's probably what it's going to cost between paying the person to build the marketing assets and everything, and then paying for them to do the promos on Instagram and Facebook, Meta products basically, and, you know, Google AdSense and so on and so forth. Like, you gotta pay for all that. Yeah, I couldn't get a blue one that really blended, and I couldn't really get a purple one that blended, so they're gonna look ever so slightly different. Because you can sort of see the outline for the green. You can really see it here. But these are looking sick. These are looking so good.
We're gonna do the tiny drop for the purple. Because my purple nail is so small. Yeah, right, the outline is good. I should have probably picked like a darker red and stuff, but for as many colors of the Maniology polish that I have, a lot of them, like, they're very unique and they're not something that I'm going to reach for regularly. Eventually, I'm building a system to put away the polishes that I'm just not going to reach for regularly. Oh, before I forget. Purple is B281 Littlefoot. And that'll basically cover my pinky nail. Because look how wee tiny that bitch is. She's small. She's small like me. Which makes sense since, you know, this pinky nail is attached to my body. I'm out here to state the obvious today, okay? No judgment. That is my worst pickup yet. I do not accept that pickup. Try again. Try again, Stamper. Try again. Shift the cotton ball because it's not cleaning for shit right now. But like legit, look how pretty this cotton ball is with all the colors in it. There we go. Yeah, you get that stamping polish out of there, cotton ball. You get that stamping polish. Let's try this again. You know what just occurred to me? If I actually turn this and scrape in this direction, I shouldn't have to pick anything up off the stamper with tape. Because then I'm only getting the outline. You know, better late than never on the learning curve. And then we need the still available Party of One Purple, as I've found out. I'm wondering if I shouldn't order a backup of it. Probably not. I don't use... Well, Maybe with the next collection launch, I'll order a backup of Party of One Purple if it still exists. Time to fill in our stoof. The fact that I am monocular is screwing me over with the glare. I love hearing Seamus's mechanical keyboard, by the way, in the other room, because I can never tell if he's doing something in game or if he's about to drop a snarky one-liner on chat. Which I personally find hilarious. I'll drop these nuts on your desk. There it is. There it is. Hi, Seamus. Saying that kind of shit is also how I tell if he's still paying attention. Because sometimes he gets distracted by anime. Like last night, I was in VC with him and Tommy Iti,
And we were Tom Michi and I were talking about sexy stuff, and he was just not responding, and he normally would. And I was like, he's absolutely watching anime right now. And a little while later, he's like, yes, I am watching anime. Why? What are you talking about? And we were like, sexy stuff. You missed it. It was very funny. Yeah, this one's going to have the outline too. Crack my back a little bit. Time for that sticky base. Sticky base. For this a wee tiny nail. And then clean it up. Because I got it where it do not belong. $30. Stay hydrated, friends. Stay hydrated, take your meds, and stretch every now and then. Because meds are important. Importante. So cute. So tiny. And to think all of this will be so much easier on the other hand. You know, go over there for a second, Stamper Head, so that you're not in my way. There she is. There's our purple. Oh my god, these look so good. The red is the only one that's like really hard to see. Only the red. The red has to be the difficult one. All right, we're going to repeat the process on the other side. Oh, first I got to clean this out here. The thumb actually has some area to be covered here. We do like so. We do like so. There's a little piece on here. Nab it. I didn't realize that. Yeah, see, I was a little too slow on the pickup.
And it had dried. Oops. So we are going to try this again. I also may have set my hand down in some of the wet polish where I scrape off onto the mat. My bad. My bad, my bee. Man, I have to figure out what Seamus and I are doing for dinner tonight. Because I am going to be hungry. That's much better. That's why we redid that. Because that's a much better pickup. Set that over there. Boop. I will continue to smack the camera holder. That is not going to stop anytime soon. Nope, sure ain't. Let's fill her in. Now, the nice thing about this is while I'm using a stamping plate to create my template, you could use nail vinyls. You could use just a dotting tool and a brush to put a dot and then drip down. Or pull it up and, you know, leave the bottom as the drip. Like, there are a multitude of ways to make the drip effect. You won't necessarily get the outlines that I have, but you could create the drip effect. That should be enough. That should be enough. Skeet up, bot up, enough. Set that aside. Sticky base. Crack my tailbone. I will say it is a little bit difficult for me to sit here and be still and do this. I hear tinkling. What are my chimes? Nikki! Thank you for the resubscription. Hello, how are you? 26 months in a row. Let's go. You're the first resubscription of June. So we're at 1 out of 50, not 43 out of 50 because Stream Elements is a turd.
Here comes trouble. Her name is Nikki.
I'm doing good. We painting our nails. Look at these bad boys. They're sexy as fuck. How is your Sunday going? Thank you. I love them too. Not me cutting it super fucking close on that one. Oh my god, I also woke up thinking it was Monday, so you're not alone. And all day yesterday, I thought it was Sunday. I'm just on Australia time, okay? I'm trying to go live with suspenders, clearly. And live in the future. Oh, you gamed with my brother again? More Rocket League, I take it? Diamond paintings are good. They are very calming for you. Until 8 a.m. yesterday morning. Jesus, why did you stay up that late? Perish the thought of trying to go live with suspenders in Australia. Listen, that's where the golden syrup is. You were out until that late. Jesus fuck. I'm too old for those kinds of shenanigans. That makes me feel tired just thinking about it. There's the last red one done. On to the yellow orange. Yeah, that's a late night, Nikki. Holy crap. You young kids these days. Psycho Bait, holy moly, and loose grooves. Nice. That's fun, though. That's fun. Could I not put dents in my nail polish? Okay, thanks. Like, I barely even tapped that. Is there enough there? There's enough there. Okay. For a second there, I thought I didn't pick up enough of the design to get through the whole nail. And that would have been a problem. I'm so glad that you still hang out with them. I have not heard anything from any of them in a long time. I don't even know if they all still stream anymore. I don't know if Holy Moly ever streamed, but I know Psycho and Loose Grooves did. Psycho and Loose still stream? Excellent. No yawning, Seamus. That's bad. Naughty. It's only 5:15. Oh, the glare makes it so hard. Because my eyeballs do not have good depth perception.
Okay, that'll do. Thank you for the lurk, Nikki. Enjoy your diamond painting. Enjoy vibing with us while you diamond paint. It's a perfect activity, honestly. All right, setting that aside. Sticky base coat. I will eventually get another YouTube video up, you guys, I promise. "30 seconds and sitting back to rest my poor back and neck and shoulders." Close enough to 30 seconds.
Can we get some "oh no" in chat because
Huh?
Mel has arrived?
How are you, Mel? Happy Pride to you too. Enjoy your lurk, friend. Clean up the excess. Make it look all nice. Yeah. They're similarly drippy. Drippy and trippy. Next. Got a little bit of an extra scrape. It's green. It's green. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna have to pee soon too. That's always fun. Nothing says paranoid like trying to go to the bathroom with nails that could still be damaged. And that little hair needs to not be in my polish.
Excuse me, but she needs to talk to the manager immediately. It's damn it, Karen.
Hi, Allie. How
AKA
are you?
Allie!
Welcome in. All my friends are showing up. That makes me happy. How are you, Allie? How did Outlast go last night? I was lurking. But I was also chilling with the Tamaiti and doing the plate up, so I wasn't paying a lot of attention, I'll be honest, because them customers, they get angry. They get angry. I had both you and Mina up for a very long time last night. Because it was Mina's streamiversary event yesterday. Which, oh, Jesus Christ. Which was very exciting. It was a ton of fun. Awesome. Did you guys do better than Glay and Mel's team? Did your practice pay off? You raised a lot of money? Fuck yeah! You tied. Nice. That's awesome. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say Seamus ordered DoorDash. You were sabotaged every match. Oh my god. So it kind of balanced out. Kind of balanced out. That's hilarious. Now, were you guys the second team to go, or have there been other teams that have already gone that you can tell, like, where in the rankings you are? You were the final team. Oh. So were you and Glaze team like the top teams? Tied for first. Or do a charity runoff. Oh, what's a charity runoff? Would that be like doing it again one more time? Yeah, that's enough. Sticky base. Oh my god. What a cool event, too, for the Indige Horror Squad to put on. To have an Outlast Trials escalation therapy competition where people could donate money to their charity. I forget the name of it, but I know it has to do something about the missing Indigenous daughters. And sabotage you guys. Oh my god, that would be sweet to hit that. That would be really sweet. I feel like the roll-off would be great. I bet it would bring in a lot of people. Get this green on here. Little dabby there. Good lord, I'm getting hungry. I know what I'm doing after this. I'm eating leftover rice. Because that is available to me. I don't care if I have nothing to put in it. It'll be something to put in my belly so that I can think straight to figure out more nutritional food. Oh my god, they look so good, you guys! I'm obsessed! 2 to go! We're coming in on the home stretch! And I need to take a moment with this blue, too, to clean it up. I don't know what I did, but the neck of it is real bad. Like, real bad. And lift. And clean. And swap. Oh my God. My back. My back is telling me I'm gotten old. It's also telling me that the weather has rained most of this week. And been unstable. Because that's part of why my back is so sore. So I'm just going to shift in my chair here. Don't get old, people. Growing up is overrated. Trying to find the right angle where I can see what I'm doing is a little bit of a pain in the butt. Need to do a little measurement there. Down into there. Up over here. Okay. Growing up is optional, right? There's that. I don't want to do either, Carrie. I don't want to do either of those things. I don't want to grow up and I don't want to grow old. Because bills suck. Having to make decisions sucks. "30 seconds. Okay. That should be enough. Stunning. Let me snag the last of that off of the stamper head. Make sure that's patted down. Very important steps so that the stuff sticks.
There we go, nice and cleaned up. One nail to go, and then we can get our top coat on and have a final look. So we're on to our last round of foible. I think Smeagol is also trying to tell me that it is dinner time. I can kind of hear him whining. Nice pickup. Clear that off. Set it off to the side because we don't have a lot of space to work with. Make our purple drop over off screen. Sorry, I know this isn't the best angle for you guys to see what I'm doing, but this is presently the best angle for me to see what I'm doing. It's visible. I mean, there's that. It is true. It is visible. Hi, Shmoo. That's your mantra. Yeah, it is. Hence why he still believes his farts are going to cure cancer or prevent it. I think he's very tiny, so I probably don't even need nearly that much, but we filled it in. To thine own self be true. Yep, that is a good one too. I almost went to put that right down on my nail, but we need sticky base coat. I almost forgot a very important step. It's all the nail polish fumes are getting to me. Totally. Has nothing to do with me being out of practice. Nope, not at all. Not in the slightest. Especially boxers. $30 seconds-ish. Oh, that's exciting, Carrie. Okay. Beautiful. And since the stamper is just plain clean from that, Put it away immediately. Clean up. Actually, you can take the tape off of the lip of the acetone glass so that I don't accidentally hit it with acetone. Oh, they look so cool. They look so cool. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. The red ones are the ones that honestly look the least interesting. Real quick. This cotton ball has seen better days. I need a fresh one. Clean off my scraper. Hi, Smeagol. He's like staring at me from behind me. I love those emotes, Collect. If I could easily take my phone out of its holder and show you Smeagol behind me, I would. But I may have to look to taking my phone out of its case when I do this because it is in there so tightly. It would not be easy for me to remove it to show you what he is looking like behind me. Yep, so just taking some fresh acetone to clear that up. Carefully not hitting my fingernails. Totally. Stand that up in its thingy, my booper. Bless you. Bless you, Seamus. Clear that off of here. You're welcome. Got a little bit over here that needs to be cleaned up. Yeah, this whole mat's gonna have to be hit with some serious cleaning. Alright, the final step is, of course, a top coat. And I always use a quick dry, and I really like Holo Taco's Glossy Taco. This will bring out the shine. It will seal in the manicure so that it lasts for a while, because when you spend 3-ish hours on a manicure, you don't want it to just disappear in a day. Like, that is entirely not the point of spending all of this time to do your nails. This top coat is also going to make the magnetics stand out. And like we do with all of our nail polish, you clean up as you go. Because it's easier to clean when it's wet. And I am floating a nice thick layer of top coat on. Because by floating it, you're less likely to disturb the polish below. You're also less likely to pick up the polish from below.
I'm just making another pass at some of the remnants here. Stuck in my cuticles. I love these lo-fi beats. Thank you, Epidemic Sound. Oh, crack pop. The fact that the thick width brush is basically the size of my pinky nail cracks me up every time, for the record. Every freaking time. Yeah, all these little bits that I'm cleaning up of even the top coat, these are all areas that if left unchecked, your manicure could peel up from. Because your skin is constantly shedding and whatnot, and so it creates interference between your polish and staying secure to your nail plate. Because your nail plate does not shed, it grows out. We don't want to have anything that's going to give our manicure lift we don't want. Getting the red out of my cuticle is going to be worth my life, though. Hi, Tony. How are you? Welcome in. Loving the nails, they look great. Thank you. I'm glad to hear you're doing well. That's fantastic. Yeah, these are my Pride nails. I'm very pleased with them. My first Pride nails for the year, I should say. Because we're going to do at least 3 looks this year. I think last year I only did 2. But this year we're going for 3. Yeah. I'm finally like feeling my creative side again, so I'm getting back into these endeavors that I put on the shelf when I was in my non-creative funk. Thank you, Tamaiti. Thank you. There we go. Got your red, yellow, green, blue, and purple. They're so beautiful. They're so beautiful. So one last time, what did we use to achieve this? Started with Holo Taco. Smoothing base. We then put on our base colors. Holo Taco. Left on red. Holo Taco. Butterscotch Hop that you will have to find a dupe for. I do not know of a good dupe. Holo Taco. Here for the payday. Again, you'll have to find a dupe for. I suppose you could dupe them with the Maniology polishes. You can paint your nails with those. Holo Taco. Board Meeting. Holo Taco. Party of One Purple, which is still available, but whatever's left is the last of it. When it sells out, it's gone. So those were our base colors. And then we topped it with Starly's magnetic top coat called Magma. Again, thank you, Collect, for such a good birthday gift. And just so you can see it, and you can see the magnet I use because it is a stick magnet. This is what it does. The magnet pulls the particles around. And you can create all sorts of designs that way. They're also known as cat eye polishes. If you've ever heard of a cat eye polish, that's what it is. Then we used our nail stamping supplies and stamping plate, MXM 087 from Maniology. to do all of our drips. And if you aren't already, you can get a discount on Maniology with my affiliation code. So we used Maniology's B189 Fireside to match our red, B193 Sunrise to match our yellowy orange, B256 Lime Pine for the green, B375 Royal Blue for our blue, and finally B281 Littlefoot for our purple. And you know what I didn't do? I didn't let you see these side by side. So our reds, the yellowy orange. You can see they're not quite perfect, but they're pretty damn close. The greens. The Maniology is definitely more like neon and electric, which I love dearly. The blues. And finally, the purples. And since this was a reverse stamping technique, we needed Maniology's B384 Sticky Base Coat to help get the stamped design to sit on the nail and stay. And then finally, at the very end, we sealed everything in with Holo Taco's Glossy Taco, which is a quick dry top coat. So it dries surface-wise much faster than others. So like these are already down to just the tacky stage, which means that I'm going to be able to go to the bathroom after stream and not have to super worry about fucking up my nails. I mean, I still have to be careful. I certainly won't be able to like hardcore wash my hands. It's more of like an antibacterial hand sanitizer situation, but yeah. Hi, Jazzercise. Them nails, right? Aren't they pretty? Are they not super gorgeous? These are my first look for Pride. The first Pride look. Actually, if I do this, you guys can see them. See them better. I love them. I love them a lot. You're jealous? Thank you. Thank you. I've had a lot of fun creating them. They have been a fantastic time. I always love creating nail art looks. Oop. Yeah, you can see this is my top-down setup. So then I can do this for you guys. Come on, focus. There we go. You can really see that like magnetic effect too. They're so fun. 1,208 carry, dang. Love the green, and you're not a huge green person, right? The greens can just be so spectacular. So spectacular. I don't wear green regularly, but I use green regularly, if that makes sense. It's often in my designs, but it's not usually like I'm painting my nails this green color. Oh, but we did it, you guys. We got our nails painted. We're ready for our first week of Pride. We are going to find a place to go hang out because I'm starving and I have to pee. So if you guys would hang out for the raid, I would really appreciate that. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to the person who gets raided. So let's see who's doing the stuff and the things. How did I end up? Oh, okay. I know how I ended up on them twice. So let's see. Let's see who we got. You've been here in the background. Nothing wrong with that. Background watchers are still watchers, and I really appreciate that. Looks like Case just finished Claire Obscure. I'm looking to see if, because I do follow a couple of other people who do nail art. I'm just looking to see if I have any of them online first before going to other people. Because if I can, I'll take you to more chill nail art for the same kind of vibes. Nope, I do not have that. That is not an option. Where do we want to go then? Oh, you know what? I know where we're going. We're going to go to somebody who originally rated me back when I was doing Christmas cookies. And I have not seen them online since to raid them back. Thank you, Batwoman. We're going to go say hi to Pink Bow Patissiere. They are currently making a rhubarb tart, which I think sounds fucking delicious. And that means we can go from chill nail art vibes to chill baking vibes. Who doesn't like a good baking stream? If you're not already, get your booty in the Discord. Discord is the most up-to-date place for what's going on with me and my shenanigans and stream, and it's where we chat and chill with each other. I will be putting pictures of these in the Discord up close and personal. Grab that through the computer, right? You can check out my socials. This week I have to get my shit together and actually figure out DaVinci Resolve and make videos because we need our monthly compilation video. It must happen. So that's gonna be a thing. It's gonna be a thing. You guys, thank you again for being here, for hanging out, for chilling, resubscribing, chatting, you know, lurking, however you chose to support. I can't make a good heart right now because I can't touch my nails together. Like, you were here. You were here, you showed up, you gave me the gift of your time, and I really appreciate it. You have a great rest of your day, Batwoman. Thank you, Mel. Let's go say hello to Pink Bow Patissiere. If you are subscribed, you can use that first raid message with the mandalas. If you are not subscribed, you can use the second one with the hearts. I will be back on Wednesday. Wednesday is going to be played up. Seamus and I have pedicures, so we will be coming to you live earlier than usual. It's going to be Wednesday afternoon because my evening is filled, but I will see you guys then. In the meantime, make sure you take a moment to practice some self-care. Look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that you love you because you matter, friends. Have a great one.